Hey there, global citizens. Welcome back to the Global Talks, your podcast dedicated to uncovering the joys and challenges of global citizens. My name is Gisani, and I am with Global Citizen Solutions, a boutique investment migration consultancy helping expats to find their ideal citizenship by investment program outside their birth country. Today, we are sharing some thoughts on the crypto market service with a very special guest. Sanja Kon. She is the Chief Executive Officer of UTrust, a digital payment blockchain platform that combines features of traditional online payment systems, and blockchain technology, offering the best solutions from both worlds. UTrust has its headquarters in Portugal, a country that has been adopting a regulatory framework concerning cryptocurrency. And also joining me today is João Pacheco Gonçalves, Global Citizen Solutions Fund Specialist. Buckle up and join us as we will delve into Portugal's place as one of the top countries for cryptocurrency traders and investors, and also investigate the new trends in the crypto market. Sanja, great to have you here, albeit online. And João, nice to have you here. We are in the same room, but super well decorated. If I didn't say that, you wouldn't guess.
Thank you for the invite.
You are welcome. Hi, João.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good. So, guys, we are going to talk about crypto. But before we do that, I'd love to hear more about Sanja. Sanja, you are the CEO of UTrust, as I said in the intro, but you have a career before UTrust. I can see that you worked at Vodafone, you worked with PayPal, and I'm sure the experience with e-commerce, especially in PayPal, might have been very useful for UTrust. So can you introduce us a bit about how you started and how you became the CEO of UTrust?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, first of all, I'm a digital nomad, kind of. So currently I live between Italy and Portugal, but throughout my career and my life, I lived kind of everywhere from the US to the UK and Denmark and Croatia. And prior to UTrust, I was in the corporate world, as you said. So I always worked in digital and e-commerce, worked in Vodafone and eBay then for many years on the e-commerce side. And then basically the natural progression for my career was to move into payments, like after many years in the e-commerce world. And basically I joined PayPal. So PayPal and eBay were one company at a certain point, and there were a lot of synergies. And when they separated, PayPal wanted to launch their payment solution for marketplaces other than eBay. So I was heading that team, and basically my team was selling the payment solution for all of the other marketplaces. And at the time, I became, really surprised with the complexity of those payments in terms of, costs, and especially facilitating payments across borders, which for marketplaces is essential. And I became very passionate about solving that problem. So I started on my own studying and researching blockchain and, how could we use a blockchain layer to facilitate international payment rails. So long story short, it was too early in the days for PayPal in Europe. I'm talking about 2017, early 2018. So I came across a white paper, the original white paper of UTrust. There was no product, there was, no MVP, just the white paper. And I wrote a LinkedIn message to the original founder. And I was like, I want to be part of this. Like, your idea is amazing. And that's basically how we met and how we decided to work together. And I joined as co-founder. Should we talk about what UTrust does as well?
Yeah, sure. So you joined in the very early stages of UTrust.
Yeah, it was almost, let's say, the beginning of UTrust.
Okay.
And everyone was quite surprised with, it's difficult. Now everyone is doing that, kind of like going from a corporate into a startup or a growing blockchain company. because right now it's a trend as well. So right now it's very encouraged, but in 2017, 18, everyone thought I completely lost it, going from a very well-known brand with a great reputation, with a great career. My career was probably in the best stage. I was growing, and it was very surprising, I think, at that point. And basically, the idea of UTrust was to solve for all of these problems that I just mentioned. So international payments are very costly today. If you've ever tried to, sell something online to someone in another country, you will probably know that you can end up paying, 8, 9, even 10% just to cover the payment processing fees. And many people might not know that, if they haven't sold anything online before, but that's the reality. And it's even worse with wires, with traditional bank wires. Also, there's a lot of fraud related to payments, and most of that is related to chargebacks as well. So stolen credit cards, or people that buy something and then illicitly they're not recognizing with their bank provider the charges that they did. So that's a big issue in traditional payments. And UTrust does exactly that. So basically, by using blockchain, we are able to reduce payment processing fees drastically. So it's only a 1% flat fee on the cost. And in many cases, that really means, reducing fees by 90% for some merchants that are selling high volumes internationally. And also, because of the properties of blockchain, payments are irreversible. So, you completely solve the problem of chargebacks, which today represent a 40 billion loss in the e-commerce industry annually. And then, with time, we realized that, yes, definitely, those are great value propositions, and we're solving a lot for the merchant. But the biggest thing that we provide is really access to a new asset class of customers, of people that are really passionate about paying with crypto. And that means that we're driving new sales and incremental revenue to all of the partners that we work with.
This is great. I think João has you're going to develop more on this question, yeah?
Exactly. So that was one of my questions, Sanja, was what value added does UTrust bring to the table? But in this case, so how do you see UTrust growing given the current market projections in the next, let's say, some years, next 5 years, for example?
Yeah. So I think, the applications of our service are different, and they're different in different countries as well, right? So if you look at countries like Turkey, for example, which is one of our largest markets, people are already using crypto to hedge their wealth, and they're buying everything with crypto. And for them, even talking about Bitcoin, which is quite a volatile asset, even Bitcoin is less volatile than their local currency. So in countries like Turkey, as in other countries in South America, in other countries in Africa, crypto is already used as means of payment for everyday goods and services. And I think different is the concept in countries like Europe or North America as well, where people right now are mostly using crypto to transact larger volumes. So we have, a lot of traction in real estate, a lot of traction in luxury, and that really represents like going into who's the buyer. So the buyer is someone that is wealthy, made a lot of profit in crypto, and now is looking into, diversifying their assets. But I think, with time, we will go into convergence of payments. And what we noticed in the last couple of years, especially in Europe, is we have a lot of new cases. So we have a lot of companies that are paying their employees in crypto. We have a lot of companies that are using crypto to solve for problems in the supply chain. So like more B2B cases as well. So I think this is only the beginning of something that will converge into really using crypto for many use cases every day.
That's so true. And can you name a few? Well, we want to know, what can we buy with our crypto currency. So can you name a few companies, or if you don't want to name companies, absolutely fine, but like items that am I able to shop at a big online retailer, perhaps using crypto now? Are you able to shine a light there?
Yeah, literally you can buy anything. So we have thousands of merchants. There is a web page link that I'm happy to share, so you can link it in the podcast, that we update on a monthly basis. And basically it's a page where we feature our trending merchants. So merchants and partners and brands that in that specific months are transacting a lot of volumes. But literally you can buy anything, from a house to jewelry to a device to mining to a course. So literally anything you want. I'm happy to provide the link so you can link it for the audience, and people can go there and basically see what they can do with their crypto.
Sure. See what I can buy with my crypto. And you too, Jean. But it's important, and I think that leads us to one. We will talk about Portugal, but I think we should carry on with this line of thought about how the crypto market is shifting, and how merchants are being more interested in accepting, because obviously they want to be inclusive. And they want to sell more. And as you said, rightly so, a lot of people are want to pay with their cryptocurrency. So why do you see this shift in the market? Do you see that merchants are, do you think, sorry, now that was a very open-ended question. I'm going to keep it to Europe only, because you mentioned South America, and I'd like to know about in Europe. Do you see that more merchants will be more interested in accepting crypto here?
Yeah, definitely. And we already saw an acceleration with the pandemic as well. So I think, with the pandemic, many businesses, if they were not online, they are online now, and they're predominantly online. And within e-commerce and online, it becomes very important to attract, new lucrative buyers. And in nowadays, that's very difficult to do. So I think the first layer of that for merchants is using a crypto payment solution as a way to really attract new buyers onto their platform. So really people that otherwise would not have been able to purchase that service. And so it's a way to increase their revenue. Secondly, because merchants are really recognizing that with our solution, they can also decrease the costs. And I think a lot of companies nowadays especially companies in the Web3 world. So Web3 is growing, and the more it grows, the more, companies in Web3 are choosing to use crypto to pay their employees as well, to pay their suppliers as well. So I think, it's very interesting what is happening on many levels in Europe.